Good evening, and welcome to your evening news on Network WGY. I'm your host, James Miller, and we start this evening with breaking news. Our big story of the day is regarding the Equal Rights Act, which was introduced to Congress today. For more on this topic, we have Carter Williams here to describe the proposed law to you, the viewers.
Thanks, James Miller. The Equal Rights Amendment is a proposed amendment that will give equal rights regardless if they are male or female. The specifics of this proposal are equality of rights under the law shall not be denied or abridged by the United States or by any state on account of sex. The Congress shall have the power to enforce by appropriate legislation the provisions of this article. The amendment shall take effect 2 years after the date of ratification. If this amendment is ratified this year, the amendment will take place in the year 1925. This bill is heavily supported by women who want to have a voice in the country. In fact, it was drafted by Alice Paul, a woman who is very vocal in politics. Alice was very influential in the passing of the ratification of the 19th Amendment. The Equal Rights Act would be backing up the 19th Amendment. What do you think about this, James Miller?
I think with this proposal, a woman can finally have the rights they fought for since the early 1800s. Lives of women have been neglected for too long.
You cannot deny the drastic changes that have occurred with women influenced by the popularity of the proposed law. Before the early 1800s, anything proposed by a woman, even as influential as Alice and Paul, would likely be rejected because of the fact they are female.
I agree. Women have gone through many changes from fashion to untraditional behavior. Have you seen the new fashion style they created after the discovery of King Tut's tomb in the Valley of the Kings? The way the women dress and behave is completely different from what would be the norm decades ago. Life in the city may say otherwise, but I think women have finally gained the respect they've wanted for a long time. Alice Paul is just one story of a successful, respected woman in America. Back to you, Carter.
Thanks, James. And now to Harry White with our national and local news.
Thank you, Carter. Our national story of the day is on the sudden death of President Warren G. Harding. Scholars can only hypothesize on what the cause of death was. Many think it was an apoplexy, also known as a stroke, because of symptoms suffered by his latest illness. Mrs. Florence Harding, widow to President Harding, is staying strong in light of recent events. She has been a sign for all women of how to stay strong in hard times. The election in which President Harding won was the first election that women were ever allowed to vote in. President Harding was known for smoking cigars. President Harding died in San Francisco and was 57 years and 273 days old. Calvin Coolidge was sworn in, and many look forward to his presidency, see what it can do for America. Please keep the Harding family in your prayers as they battle through this hardship.
How do you feel about Calvin Coolidge becoming president?
I think he will be a great leader, especially after his heroism at the Boston police strike of 1919. Remember when that happened?
Yes, I do. That could have been a huge disaster without his decisive effort by Coolidge.
For the local news, the investigation of the death of Myrtle Wilson is still continuing in the hit-and-run incident. The car that struck her has still not been found, and Myrtle's husband has gone missing. Also, a string of robberies in the Bronx has caused fear in the locals. If you have any information, please call the telephone number for the New York City Police Department. Your cooperation would be greatly appreciated, and substantial help could end with a small reward. Both of these events show that no one is safe in this era of carelessness of safety for others.
And now to our sports, where our head anchor is going to be our sports anchor.
On the sports side, we also have to report that Hal Mills, 17 years old, defeats the defending Malaversek Mallory 6-2, 6-1 in 2 sets at the U.S. Lawn Tennis Association Championship. In the world of boxing, the highly anticipated fight between the Manasseh Mauler Jack Dempsey and their freshman George Carpentier in Jersey City drew a crowd of 91,000. After 4 rounds, Dempsey finished off the Frenchman to defend his title in what has been called the fight of the century. Now here's a short clip of the fight provided by KDKA. In women's golf, another controversy has erupted over a ball moving on the part of Jordan Baker. This time, all of the women on the tour have been banded together and asked for immediate suspension after seeing her blatantly positioning her ball closer to the pin. Members of the tour have threatened to stop playing if their demands are not met. This could prove to be very bad for the league. It's all against one in this battle. Stay right with us as we break the commercial.
So in two more, there's a much more modern sort of approach to the selling of the product, isn't it? It is very modern and sort of rather laid back. It's in that rather nice sort of English realist style of a middle-class domestic setting, and not overactive at all, and rather intriguing in its social setting and the location shots. I'm particularly intrigued by this guy selling cigarettes on the beach. I don't think I ever remember that happening. I wonder if that really happened. But it's also very modern, this comparison between the kind of the silly family who can never get it right and the good family who've got it absolutely together to the extent they can afford a £5 holiday.
Improve their lifestyles enormously.
Yes, I mean, they're not going to live to see 40, but the way they're smoking in the film, they're having a good time.
Our smoking friend realizes that by smoking a new brand, he can have a holiday next year, and he's gained a pal.
The first circulated magazine, known to all as Time magazine, has been enduring great success. In the weekly issues, the magazine contains articles on current events, music, and other various forms of entertainment. The magazine is popular among many and continues to see the number of people reading Time grow. After 3 years, the Broadway musical Sally is still enduring success and getting rave reviews. I have here with me the playbill of it. Sally tells the story of how a humble dishwasher attends a fancy party pretending to be a ballerina. She finds love and a contract with the Ziegfeld Follies. Recent reviews have said Marilyn Miller is funny and her acting is brilliant. Jerome Kern, composer of the music for the show, has been praised for this musical. To get your tickets before they sell out, call 1-800-276-2392. Louis Armstrong has agreed to play cornet for his mentor Joe Oliver and his band. His song West End Blues, being played right now, sits upon the top of the best songs for the second week in a row. That's all the entertainment news we have for you today. Back to you, James.
Thanks, Cornelius. Well, that's all from us tonight on News Network WGY. Thank you for watching and have a good night.